Hey everyone, as you all know, the Game Awards for this year are behind us. Whether it lived up to our expectations or not, with all the drama and Kojima's participation, we've finished another year. This is my second video talking about something, so please excuse my inexperience. Then, I guess it wouldn't be wrong to start with the trailers we saw at the Game Awards. We've seen a football game from the makers of Sifu. Personally, I'm not that into football games, but this one is definitely something I'm excited to play. It looks really fun to play. It seems to be in the same vein as Rocket League. My guess is they'll start by charging for the game, and once they reach a certain point, they'll make it free. It's definitely caught my attention, and I'm looking forward to playing it. The next game that's raising my expectations to the highest level is Split Fiction, announced by Joseph Fares. Guys, calling this guy the god of cop games wouldn't be an exaggeration. In It Takes Two, he used a different game loop in every chapter, keeping the player engaged without ever getting boring, and it was truly a masterpiece. It even won Game of the Year in 2021. I'm confident this new game will be just as amazing. And the game that excited me the most was when Elden Ring Night Rain trailer was revealed. At first, I couldn't tell if it was a DLC or an update, but then more details came out. Apparently, this will be a roguelike. A boss will enter the arena, and before heading to the boss, we'll have to loot around for a certain period of time. Imagine if they told us they were going to throw 100 Tarnished into Limgrave. I wouldn't believe it, but it looks like this is going to be a Battle Royale style game. Anyway, the concept looks amazing, but Miyazaki won't be involved at the helm of this one. And finally, Witcher 4 was announced. In this game, there's a new playable character. We'll continue the adventure as Ciri, but in some quests, we'll also get to see Geralt. According to CD Projekt's statement, all the details shown in the trailer were specifically chosen and they'll be playable in the game as well. I believe this trailer was shown a bit early, but here's the thing. They're making the new game with Unreal Engine, which will speed up the development process. My guess is it will be released in 2027. Next up, let's dive into our expectations corner. So there was this roguelike game, remember it? A game that everyone loved, and its announcement was years ago, Silksong. I have a feeling the developers might have left the company and disappeared because there's still no news about it. We're also waiting for a Bloodborne 2 or a remake, but it seems like Sony isn't interested in making that game. How about Half-Life 3? Did you expect an announcement? I did, especially since there were some rumors about Gabe's involvement. It was all over platforms like X, and people started getting their hopes up. I was eagerly waiting for all three of these games, but none of them have had any updates. What were your expectations? Let me know in the comments. Now, moving on to the next segment, Drama Corner. It's almost impossible to have a gaming event without some drama. Our first drama. Could a bald Asian woman character be a problem? We're playing a game where the developer is reflecting their own fantasy world, so I'd suggest focusing on the story, atmosphere, and mechanics. Of course, the character is important, but it really takes a backseat. Doesn't the game trailer look amazing? They've captured those years so well, from the music to the locations they've shown. Were you not satisfied with the trailer? If you're criticizing it just because of the bald Asian woman character, I'd recommend reconsidering your perspective. Not every Asian woman has to look a certain way. Here comes the second drama, and it's one I didn't expect. As you know, Astro Bot won the Game of the Year award. I don't have any negative thoughts about it, but it seems like the Chinese players don't share the same opinion. This year, the award was presented by Swen Vinke, and when Black Myth Wukong didn't win, the Chinese players directed their frustration at Baldur's Gate 3. They flooded Steam with negative reviews. My advice to my Chinese friends, stay calm and maybe listen to some East Asian meditation music for a while. Every Game Awards event inevitably leaves someone unhappy. But looking back over the past 10 years, do you have a moment where you truly said, that award made me so happy? Maybe not. That's why getting upset and trying to harm other studios or games doesn't really make sense. Remember, games exist to bring us joy, and awards don't define their worth. I wish you all a drama-free and happier life. And don't forget the golden rule: do not feed the trolls. It's time to talk about the award distribution. Was there anything among this year's winners that bothered you or felt debatable? Do you think any game won an award it didn't deserve? Or was there a moment where you thought that award should have gone to another game? Awards don't always meet everyone's expectations, so it's perfectly normal to have differing opinions. Overall, are you satisfied with how the awards were distributed? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so let me know in the comments. First of all, the award I want to talk about the most is the Best Adaptation Award. Do any of you believe this award went to the wrong show? Let me start by saying that Arcane truly has incredible animation quality, but let's be realistic for a moment. Do you know anyone who isn't into gaming? Did they watch Arcane or did they watch Fallout? In my case, I know someone who has no connection to gaming at all. They have no idea what Arcane is, but asked me how to download the Fallout game. From this perspective, it seems like the award went to the right place. Now, your argument might be, Arcane is a stunning piece of animation and deserved the award. I completely agree with you. Arcane is phenomenal in terms of animation quality. However, I believe Fallout had a much bigger impact outside the gaming community. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts. Finally, let's talk about the Game of the Year award. This year's nominees were incredibly strong. Metaphor Refantanzio, Black Myth Wukong, Astro Bot, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Balatro. Oh, and there was also a DLC on the list, though I personally don't think DLCs belong in the same category as full games. I only noticed it was included when I checked the list again. Honestly, I didn't expect Astro Bot to win. I thought Black Myth Wukong was the strongest contender, but my personal pick was Balatro. Seeing an indie game make such an impact is always exciting, and if it had won, I would have been over the moon. That said, I can't complain about Astro Bot taking the award. It's well deserved. Still, with such a competitive lineup, it was definitely a surprise. I mean, even a DLC was nominated. Thank you for listening until the end. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so please feel free to share them in the comments.